A very warm welcome to one and all present here. Today, in this video, we will be covering a small concept related to income tax as a part of Unit 1 related to agricultural income. So, as a content in the video, we will be sharing on understanding what is agricultural income, why the taxation procedure of agricultural income, and then we will also look into the concept related to the examples of agricultural and non-agricultural income, followed by a small problem on how do you classify income earned by an individual as agriculture and non-agricultural income. So first, let us try to understand what do you mean by agricultural income. Now, whatever we learn in taxation goes according to the Income Tax Act 1961. Similarly, the meaning or the definition of agricultural income is also proposed under the Act of 1961 under Section 2, subsection 1A. So according to this section of the Income Tax Act, an agricultural income is defined as any rent or revenue that is derived or received from a land which is particularly used for agricultural operation. Majorly, the condition for claiming agricultural income in India is that the agricultural land must be situated only in India. The second point of the definition states that any income that a person receives from such an agricultural land or from such an agricultural operation, including processing of agricultural produce, so as to render or to cater the needs of the market, or which can be sold in the market, also comes under the category of agricultural income. The third point of agricultural income elaborates on any income that an individual receives from a farmhouse, subject to the condition that the farmhouse should have a building which is situated in the immediate vicinity of the land wherein the building is also being used as a dwelling house or a storehouse. So in simple, income that is earned by a particular individual is said to be an agricultural income in nature only if he or she as a person or as an individual receives any rent or revenue that is to be derived from the land, and the land must be particularly used for agricultural operations or agricultural purposes. And secondly, the land can also be used for processing of these agricultural produces. And third, the third point elaborated on how a farmhouse that is situated in a piece of land can be used as an agricultural income, wherein the farmhouse should have a dwelling house which should be situated in the premises of the farmhouse or in the vicinity of the farmhouse, and this dwelling house must be used as a storehouse, etc. So hope you all understood what is the meaning of agricultural income. Proceeding, we will look into what is the taxation procedure on agricultural income. Now, as I told you, the Income Tax Act defines each and every definition as per taxation authority. Similarly, the taxation procedure on agricultural income is clearly defined under Section 10, subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act 1961. So, any agricultural income that is earned by a particular individual in India, please underline, any particular agricultural income received by an individual, particularly in India, is exempted from tax. Now, the statement here means that the income earned from an agricultural produce or from an agricultural operation in India is not taxed. The reason for exemption is being the central taxation gives the constitution an exclusive power to make laws with respect to taxes on agricultural income to the legislative assemblies. So that is the reason why we call an agricultural income to be tax free. Now we will see what are the conditions to claim a particular income as agricultural income, because as we have seen in the previous slide, all the agricultural incomes received in India are exempted from tax. Okay, so the following are the conditions that must be considered or fulfilled by an individual to claim a particular income as an agricultural income. The first condition is that there must be a land and it should be situated in India. So as I told you, the agricultural produce or the agricultural operations must happen in the land, and the land must be in the name of the person or the assessee who's going to pay tax, and majorly the land must be situated only in India in order to claim that particular agricultural income has to be exempted. So the second important condition is that the land must be used only for agricultural operation. For example, grazing of cattle, or you sow a seed, reap a plant, all these are called as agricultural operations. So any income or any effort that an individual puts in order to grow a crop or cultivate a crop, harvest it, all these are called as agricultural operations. So that is the second condition. So in order to claim a income to be an agricultural income to be exempted, the second important condition is that the income must be purely earned out of the agricultural operations. Now, the third basic condition is that some of you might have a confusion on what do you mean by agricultural operation. In simple, as I told you, agricultural operation means any effort that an human being or an individual puts into in order to crop or reap out a plant or spot out a land, and then harvest it and then sell it out for sale in the market is called as agricultural operation. There may be confusion sometimes, because sometimes we say grazing of cattle is also an agricultural operation, because the land that you use and the cattle that you use for grazing in the land can be used for agricultural operations. So that also comes under the category of agricultural operations. Now, in order to claim an income earned from a farmhouse as an agricultural income, as I told you in the definition, in the farmhouse we must have a building which is located in the immediate vicinity of the land, and that building must be used as a dwelling house or as a storehouse in order to claim the income earned from a farmhouse to be an agricultural income. So hope from this you understood what is the meaning of agricultural income, how is the agricultural income to be taxed in India, and what are the basic conditions that an individual must fulfill in order to receive or make an income as agricultural income. Now, here are a few examples of what are agricultural incomes. First one, income from sale of replanted trees. So what are we doing here? An individual is planting trees and getting a yield out of it. Therefore, there is some agricultural operation happening there. So therefore, we call that as agricultural income. Secondly, any rent that you receive from an agricultural land. Again, the rent that you are receiving from an agricultural land is out of an agricultural produce. Therefore, it's called as an agricultural income. Nextly, income from growing flowers and creepers. Hope I need not explain, because you try to invest your time, money, you put seeds, you put pesticides, etc. in order to grow those creepers or flowers. Therefore, it's considered as an agricultural operation. Nextly, share of profit from a firm earned in agricultural operation. Ultimately, you will receive a profit from a firm which is engaged into an agricultural operation, and hence it is considered to be an agricultural income. Nextly, we have income derived from sale of seeds. Again, we are going to sell the seeds which are used for an agricultural operation. Therefore, it is considered as an agricultural income. And at last, land leased for grazing of animals required for agricultural purpose. So the cattle may be cows or sheep or any other animal that are used for grazing of a particular piece of land, and that land is going to be used for an agricultural purpose, then that can be considered as an agricultural income. So now, in order to have a clear understanding, we will quickly look into some examples of non-agricultural income as well. So we have a list here: income from poultry farming, income from sale of brick making, income from stone quarries and fisheries, income from beehiving. So in all these operations, the first 4 operations that I've listed here, you are not going to put any effort, or you're not going to cultivate anything. Okay, for example, brick making. You have a piece of land with you and you make bricks out of the soil, that you get soil from somewhere else, or you make use of the soil from your own land and then make prepare brick, and then you sell those bricks. This is not considered as an agricultural operation, because you are not harvesting or investing any crop or yielding out of it. Okay, so similarly, in case of stone quarries and fisheries and beehivings also, we are not harvesting anything, or we are not reaping anything. Therefore, it is not considered as an agricultural income. Nextly, any dividend that an organization pays from an agricultural income will not be considered as an agricultural income. Nextly, we have sale of spontaneous grown trees. Now, let's say, for example, I have a piece of land in which a lot of grasses are grown. I cut all these grasses and I sell these grasses and make money out of it. This is not considered to be an agricultural income, because you as an individual, you have not put in any effort to grow those grasses. Okay, so any kind of trees or crops that grow spontaneously, and you try to sell those crops or trees and make money out of it, is not considered as an agricultural income, because we have not invested time nor money in order to cultivate that particular set of crops or trees. Nextly, we have income from dairy farming, and then we have income from salt produced from after the land has been flooded with seawater, purchase of standing crop, royalty, any royalty is received, and then the income that you earn out of butter and cheese making. All these are not considered to be an agricultural income. Please note, the reason behind we listing these incomes as non-agricultural income is that we do not put in any effort or time in order to sow a seed, nor cultivate it, nor harvest it, nor give our time to use pesticides, insecticides, etc., in order to grow all these crops or all these products. Therefore, all these listed items comes under the category of non-agricultural income. So there might be some cases when we are calculating an income of a particular individual. There may be cases where some incomes come under the category of partly agriculture and partly business income. So here is a list of examples given by the income tax authorities where these particular incomes are considered to be partly agriculture and partly business income. So the first case is an income that you earn or a person earns from growing or manufacturing of tea. So let's say I have a tea estate with me. Now, how is that tea estate going to be considered by the government? Is it an agricultural income or a business income? So when you have such question, please be clear, it is partly agriculture and partly business income, where any income that you as an individual receive from the sale of a tea grown and manufactured by a seller in India, 60% of the agricultural income, 60% of the income will be treated as agricultural income and 40% will be treated as business income. Now, for example, let's say I earn 1 lakh rupees out of sale of a tea that is grown in my tea estate. So out of that 1 lakh, 60%, that is 60,000, will be considered as agricultural income, for which I need not pay any tax, wherein the balance 40%, that is 40,000 rupees, will be treated as agricultural income, which is taxable. The second criteria is any income that an individual earns by growing and manufacturing of coffee comes under Rule 7B of the Income Tax Act 1961. So if the coffee is grown and cured by the seller in India, then the 75% is considered as agricultural income and 25% of the income would be considered as business income, which is taxable. But in case if the income is from the sale of coffee, which is grown, cured, roasted, and grounded by the seller, all these processes happen, then 60% only will be considered as agricultural income, wherein 40% is treated as business income, which is again taxable. At last, we have income received by a person or a manufacturer of rubber or latex, which comes under Rule 7A of the Income Tax Act 1961. So according to this section, any income that you receive out of selling a latex, which is used as a raw material for rubber manufacturing and is grown in India, then 65% would be treated as agricultural income, wherein 35% would be treated as business income. For example, let's say I earn 1 lakh rupee by selling a latex to a rubber company. Then out of that 1 lakh rupees, 65,000 rupees would be considered as agricultural income, wherein I need not pay any tax, wherein the balance 35,000 would be treated as business income, for which I will have to pay tax. So to have a small clear understanding on what is agricultural and what is non-agricultural income, we will have a quick glance on a small problem which helps us in classification of agricultural and non-agricultural income. So the first thing here we have is income from growing flowers and creepers. It would be considered as an agricultural income because in order to grow the flowers, we have to sow seeds, we have to put pesticides or the required crop that in order to get the yield. So you are investing time as well as money and getting a yield out of your investment. Therefore, this particular income comes under the category of agricultural income, which is tax-free in India. Now, the second example, dividend from a company engaged in agricultural operation. So this would be considered as a non-agricultural income because the kind of income that we are receiving is a dividend. So you are just a shareholder of some particular company which is engaged into agricultural operations. For example, let's say ITC FMCG sector. So if you have invested into ITC FMCG sector and you receive a dividend, you will have to pay tax out of it because it is considered as a non-agricultural income. The dividend that you receive from such companies is considered as a non-agricultural income because you have not invested into the agricultural land, or you are not directly involved into agricultural operations. Hence, it is considered as non-agricultural income. The third one, interest on loan given to a farmer, is also considered as a non-agricultural income because a farmer takes a loan from a bank or an NBFCs, let's say, and the government has an authority to waive off the loans that are taken by the farmers in case of any natural calamities or emergencies. But the interest on loan that is given to a farmer will be considered as an non-agricultural income. Next, we have income from agricultural activities in Sri Lanka. Would be considered as non-agriculture in nature because the agricultural activity has not taken place in India. So please underline that any agricultural operation or activity that an individual does in India only will be considered as an agricultural income. Now, since the point says that the agricultural activity is in Sri Lanka, it would be considered as a non-agricultural income. The next one we have is income from sale of forest trees of spontaneous growth. Would be considered as a non-agricultural income because here no one tries to put a seed or crop a plant and then harvest it, etc. Here the trees are of a spontaneous growth in nature. So since we are not investing anything or cultivating anything, this is not considered. This is not considered to be an agricultural income, but it is a non-agricultural income because we have not invested or cultivated anything out of the land, but we are going to sell the trees or plants which is of spontaneous growth. Therefore, it is considered as non-agriculture in nature. Next, we have income from dairy and poultry farming. Again, would be considered as non-agriculture in nature because here again we are not cultivating anything. It is not a pure agricultural operation. Next, we have income from conversion of sugarcane into jaggery by the farmer himself. Now, the point is very clear. If the point says income from jaggery, income from sugarcane, then it would be considered as an agricultural income. But the point here clearly states that the income is earned by converting the sugarcane into jaggery. So this is considered as a manufacturing process and not an agricultural activity. Therefore, it would come under the category of non-agricultural income. Next one, we have sale of plants from nursery, that would be considered as an agricultural income. For example, on the way to your home or on the way to some places, we would find on the roadsides, we have a lot of people selling plants, flower plants, and lot of variety plants. So that is called as a nursery. Okay, so any income that particular individual earns by selling these plants are considered to be an agricultural income, because he has spent his time, he has invested crops, he has yielded out of it, and then selling a particular plant to a customer or to people. Therefore, that is considered to be an agricultural income. Next, we have lease rent received from lands given to tenants for agricultural purpose. Now, you have leased out a land to a person, and that person is using your land for an agricultural purpose only. So any rent or any income or any lease amount that you receive from such tenants, and those tenants are using that land for agricultural operations, then that would be considered as an agricultural income. At last, we have income from sale of seeds, again would be considered as an agricultural income, because we have invested a seed, or we have cropped out a seed and we are waiting for the yield to come out. So that is also considered to be an agricultural operation, which comes under the category of agricultural income. So thank you all for your patient listening. Hope in this video you understood what do you mean by agricultural income, how the agricultural income is taxed in India, what are the basic conditions that are required to fulfill the agricultural income, and the classification of few items on why is it considered to be agriculture and non-agriculture. Thank you one and all for watching.